What is going on, guys? It's your boy Kilo X Science, and welcome back to another Rainbow Six Vegas 2 video. Today's video is a terrible weapons challenge. The challenge is I have to use the G18 as a primary on single fire. The kicker, I have to use the laser sight. Now, I went into this challenge thinking that it wouldn't be too hard, because I love the G18. This used to be what I ran primary, actually, was the G18. I used it on full auto, and I just wrecked face. Like, I'd go through all the maps using just that gun, and I never knew that it actually had a semi-auto feature. I never, ever, was like, oh, well, I wonder if this gun is semi-auto. I might need that. And I also never used the laser sight because the pistol relies on full auto, and it has a high rate of fire, so you're obviously going to want to have more rounds, so if you miss a couple shots, you still have the 8 more shots or whatever it is for that gun. The sad thing is, it is the lowest damaging pistol, and it also has the highest recoil out of all of them. So if you're trying to hit someone that's moving, you're going to miss probably all your shots. And there's actually a couple clips on CQB training where I'm missing just all of my shots at, like, close range. It's ridiculous. Now, the game is hit scan. There is no travel times, actually. Which is really nice. I like how it's hit scan, so it makes sniping at least a little more easier. But yeah, it was challenging. Now, the first thing holding me back was its magazine size. Now, with a low damaging weapon, obviously having high rate of fire is going to help you, but with low damage, it's going to take more shots to down someone if you're not going for headshots, which it was challenging. So I basically gave up on that after like an hour or two of trying, going for headshots. So I got really frustrated with that because it was taking a magazine to maybe get someone. Sometimes it actually took 2 mags to actually get this because I'd missed like a bunch of shots, have to reload, and I have to dump the rest of the mag into that same dude that I missed the shots on. So that was really frustrating. The next thing that was holding me back was the recoil. Now on full auto, you're not going to notice it because a lot of people, what they do is because you don't get really punished for hip firing, you just fire it at the hip, and you'll tap fire. You just tap fire your guns. You don't tap fire with a single auto pit. Like, you're already doing that. You're already tap firing. However, that first shot recoil on that pistol is insane. So every time I fire, I'm getting punished with that first shot recoil. And it also doesn't reset. So if you stop firing, it doesn't like drop back to where you're shooting. It just stays up there. So you have to manually move your gun around every time it recoils. You have to move it back down. So that was a little frustrating. So if I'm in CQB, I'm like shooting, going for headshots, and I'm at the ceiling. I'm literally looking at the ceiling at that rate. So that was kind of frustrating. And of course, low damage, that's understandable. It's more or less for balance reasons. You can't have a full auto pistol and give it high damage because then you're competing with pretty much the primaries. Even though you can run it primary, it is frustrating. You're going to get wrecked by Paras, AKs. You're just going to get ruined. So I don't ever recommend running it primary against skilled players if you're playing multiplayer. I don't have any multiplayer gameplay because no one plays the multiplayer, sadly. There's a bunch of servers with just like one person in it. So I couldn't actually get some multiplayer gameplay because there's no one playing. So that kind of was a downer. The laser sight, that was more or less so a filler for the high capacity magazine. I just wanted to put an attachment on there, so I put that up there on course. However, if you're within 10 meters, the enemy can see that laser. So if you're trying to play stealthily, like especially on CQB training dark, they're going to see that and they're going to blast your face off. Now I could have turned it off and just said, oh yeah, the laser sight's on there, but it just it wasn't fun. Now, the map that I found the most success on was Convention Center. There actually is a couple of clips where I get wrecked, but it took us 4 rounds, because I actually, after hours of just trying to do it solo, I invited a friend, and we both did it. But we were playing on a lot of maps, trying to figure out, okay, what maps work for this, and what we have more success on. Now, Convention Center was kind of the last one in our mind, like, oh, this map's gonna suck, because it was CQB. It was just hardcore CQB, running around corners, and it was getting frustrating, because we would run around a corner and just get blasted by an Ogpera, because we didn't know they were around the corner. And there's actually a clip of me just getting ruined by an Ogpera on Convention Center. However, we both started to use different tactics. So instead of just running Rambo up with a pistol, one of us would get the kill, and then we'd, sneak back to a hiding place that we know they can't come from behind us or the side, and just lay into them as they go forward. Another tactic that we tried at one point, I don't think it's actually in the footage, were flashbangs. We'd flashbang a room and get one kill. So, flashbangs of course would work, but the thing is that when we would flash a room, we only have 11 rounds. So we'd get a one kill, have like 2 rounds, miss them both for headshots, and just get ruined because the guys obviously have their vision back, and just get ruined. Now, I wouldn't recommend this challenge. Like, I recommend this challenge, like, if you want to have fun, but don't ever run this in a public match. Like, you're just gonna get wrecked. Rickety wrecked. Now, I do have a couple of other challenges. The next one I'm doing is the Scorpion with the rifle scope on there. That one I tried out, actually, because I was like, oh, well, let's see how terrible this is. No, it is horrible. The bullet spread hinders the gun. So you're trying to hit this dude, even if you're tap firing, you're just gonna. It is a can of worms. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, slap a like below. Show me that you really appreciate it and you want to see more. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a nice day.